Flix and Jams.
With Batman and Superman Dawn of Justice finally hitting theaters, I can give you guys my thoughts on it. I want to say first of all, it doesn't deserve all the flack that it has been getting. Not to say that it's a good movie, I'd say it's mediocre at best. Which I can see some people seeing it as a disappointment seeing all the hype it got. The beginning of the movie introduces us to Ben Affleck's Batman, which I would say is by far my most favorite part of the movie. We see Bruce Wayne's point of view during Superman's battle with Zod in Man of Steel. You really get a sense of what it would be like if two overpowered beings duked it out in the middle of a big city, like Metropolis. You really get a sense of where Bruce's hatred for Superman comes from. He loses many of his employees that were still stuck in Wayne Tower. Now to Clark Kent. As we all know, he's played by Henry Cavill. I know Zack Snyder wants a realistic take on what it would be like if these superheroes were to exist in the real world, but my god, I've never seen a more depressing superhero since Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, and that's saying a lot. Lois Lane seems completely forced into this movie. As Superman has to save her, I counted a total of 4 times. I feel like the writers just had no idea how to fit her in. Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor Jr., I'm not sure how I feel about that. I know he's supposed to be Lex Luthor's son, but he's so over the top sometimes, I felt like it was such a contrast between the very serious gritty tone that they were going for. Gal Gadot, I actually really liked her as Wonder Woman. She has a bigger role than I was expecting her to have. Now the film itself, it felt like 3 different movies. A Batman movie, a Batman vs Superman movie, and a Justice League introduction. Which I wish is the way they would have done it. 3 separate movies. But of course DC is in such a hurry to play catch up with Marvel. Some things I really like about the movie were the performances of Ben Affleck, Jeremy Irons, and Gal Gadot. My biggest gripe about the film is that towards the end, it felt like they were really trying to shoehorn as many of the remaining Justice League cast as they could. They introduced Flash, Cyborg, and Aquaman in a mere 5 minutes. And it's through an email Gal Gadot gets from Bruce Wayne. Doomsday shows up at the end so they can fight, and he does end up killing Superman. I felt that was super ballsy by DC to do that, and I thought it would be interesting to see how a Justice League would function without a Superman going forward, until they eventually brought him back in future installments. However, he does get brought back in the end. Overall, this is an overhyped, mediocre film with some stunning visuals. I would give Batman vs Superman Dawn of Justice a 5 out of 10.